If you're not using waypoints with your drone, then your shaky, jumpy footage is probably crap. Like this. But using a simple feature that's built into many drones, your footage could look like this. That's called a cinematic reveal, and it was performed using waypoints, only 4 waypoints as a matter of fact. If you try to do a cinematic reveal or any other slightly complicated manoeuvre manually, you're more than likely going to end up with a bit of jerkiness, or your point of interest is not going to be right in the centre of frame, or your gimbal's going to overshoot down or overshoot up, or who knows what's going to happen. But if you use waypoints to carry out a manoeuvre like that, it'll be perfect every time. And you can even come back a year later and carry out the same manoeuvre just by hitting the run waypoint button. So I'm going to teach you today how to create a cinematic reveal with waypoints.
So to create a waypoint mission, you must open the Waypoint Mission Planner, which is the wee white squiggly line here on the left of the screen. When you click it and it becomes active, it will be yellow. Now there's 2 ways you can add a waypoint, and that is by either clicking the plus button here or by clicking the C1 button on the underside of your controller. Put your drone into the position that you want to start the mission, and as soon as it's in position, like it is here, about approximately 2 meters from the ground and right at the home point, and then click the C1 button on the underside of your controller. That will create a waypoint. Then just fly the drone, and it doesn't matter how erratically it gets to your second waypoint. Once you reach your second waypoint, let the drone hover and press the C1 button on your controller again. Then continue on flying the drone to your third waypoint. Once it gets there, change the gimbal so that it fits exactly where you want it to be, and in this case that is with the point of interest, the castle, being in the centre of the screen, and then click the C1 button again on the underside of your controller, and this will add the third waypoint. Then you can, in this instance, fly back and up until you've reached the end of the mission where you want it to be, and stabilise everything, get the gimbal so that the point of interest is centralised, press the C1 button again, and that'll add your 4th waypoint. Now you can have as many waypoints as you like, but for simplicity and to show you that you don't actually need that many waypoints to create a nice little shot, there are only 4 waypoints in this one. So once you've completed your mission, if you want certain actions to take place at waypoints within the mission, it's simple and easy to add those. If I want, for example, the drone to start recording at waypoint 1, then I just tap waypoint 1 and add in the camera action, sliding along until I see start record. You can have any of these features happen at any of the waypoints, but all I want is the camera to start recording at waypoint 1, and I also want to take a photo at the end of the waypoint mission. So I'm going to go to waypoint 4 and make the feature take photo. Once I've done that, I will then go to the global settings, and I'm going to set the global speed here. I'm going to change it up to about 12 metres per second. This is entirely up to you. Wherever you set the global speed, the drone will fly at that speed for the entire Waypoint mission. So you can set it wherever you like. I also like to make sure that on a signal loss, I make the drone continue the mission, not return to home. Because if I'm putting a lot of time into creating the mission and I get a signal loss for whatever reason during it, I don't want it just to immediately return to home in the middle of the mission. I'd like it to continue the mission. What happens at the end of the mission is the drone will automatically return to home anyway. So when you've completed everything, you have all your global settings and all the Waypoint features loaded in, if you hit the big green go button, the drone is going to start the mission. The first thing it will do is fly to Waypoint 1, as it's doing here. This is under its own control, automatically flying to Waypoint 1. Now I've purposely left the record off, as you can see by the red button here on the right hand side of the screen. It's not recording at the moment because, if you remember just a few seconds ago, one of the features that I set within this mission was that at Waypoint 1 it would automatically start recording. So there you go, it's just started the Waypoint mission, and you can see that on the indicator just here where it's showing you that it's on Waypoint 1 out of 4 waypoints, and it also tells you here that the whole mission is going to last 23 seconds, and it's 1 second into that 23-second mission. So it has started recording automatically, and now off it goes, flying towards, there it's now reached Waypoint 2, as you can see with the indicator, and it's been perfectly smooth all the way through here. It'll hit Waypoint 3 just now, there's Waypoint 3, and it's now pulling back and up as I programmed it to do. And as it comes back, the gimbal just should tilt down slightly if I programmed that in, which I think I did. There we go. Waypoint 4, it should stop recording video, switch over and take a photograph. There you go, bang, it just took the photograph. And now that the Waypoint mission is complete, the drone is automatically returning to home.
So there you have it, very simple Waypoint mission. This, in this case, was a cinematic review, but you can use Waypoints for a lot of other things. In the next video, I'll show you how to use Waypoints for a much more complicated manoeuvre, one that would be impossible to do manually. Till then, cheerio the net.